Do you guys remember a couple months ago at CinemaCon when Alan Horn said, we plan to leave Deadpool alone? He's going to stay out of the MCU and you're going to continue to get the R-rated Deadpool movies that you all enjoyed. You guys remember that? Well, that was a sack of shit. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. If you're new to the channel or a longtime viewer that's not yet a subscriber, please be sure to click that subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content on the channel. Hit that like button because that helps out also. So, Alan Horn and Bob Iger seem to be backtracking everything they said. We heard that Deadpool was going to be by itself, it was going to stay under a Fox banner, and that it was going to continue being the rated R Ryan Reynolds movie that we all loved and enjoyed. And I actually think the second one's better than the first one, but that's neither here nor there, because now, after a $170 million loss because of Dark Phoenix, Bob Iger has now decided that every comic book property will go through Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige before it goes anywhere else. So on the bright side, you're like, yay, Kevin Feige, this dude has a great track record, right? However, that completely ruins the rated R Deadpool. Now, full disclosure, I would much prefer to see Deadpool the way it is now. Keep on with that track. I think it works. I think it has a fan base. But I just want to say, it doesn't necessarily have to be rated R. I had this same conversation about Blade. Blade doesn't have to be rated R. Certain movies do not have to. These are comic books, okay? Deadpool is a comic book that you can go pick up at the comic shop and anybody can go buy it. Whether you're a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, you can just go into a comic shop, pick up a Deadpool comic, and go up to the front desk and check out. Deadpool comics aren't always rated R. And I think a lot of these newer fans who are discovering the movie but not really know much about the character don't really understand that. They're like, oh, the movie's rated R, it's gotta be rated R. And look, like I said, I would prefer to stay on this track. However, if it goes to PG-13, I don't think that is a huge missed opportunity. I think it could work. The director, David Leitch, came out in an interview a couple days ago and said, look, Deadpool doesn't necessarily have to be rated R, and Marvel doesn't necessarily have to do PG-13. Kind of playing both sides of this argument. But I kind of agree with him. Deadpool does not have to be rated R. Blade does not have to be rated R. So many people out there just throw out that R rating, like just because you put an R rating on something, it automatically makes everything better. And that's not true. There's plenty of R-rated movies that suck donkey nuts. So putting a R rating on Deadpool won't necessarily make it a better movie. Will it be much different than the first two films? Absolutely, because we're used to that R-rated tone. But if we would have got a Deadpool movie and it would have been PG-13 from the beginning, it would have made that much of a difference. And if anything, you would have to be more creative. You can still do everything that you've done in a Deadpool movie, except for dial back the profanity just a little bit. You only can say the F word one time, and you can't show blood splattering everywhere, and you can't like cut dudes' heads off and stuff. But you can still have the violence. You can still have everything that makes Deadpool Deadpool. And if you actually do a PG-13 Deadpool, then guess what? Then you can kind of put him into the MCU. There's also talks about maybe Deadpool will be a rated R movie. But if he's in the MCU, when he's in other properties, he'll be a PG-13 character. So maybe he could show up in Spider-Man 3 and be PG-13, but in his own standalone movie, be rated R. Now, I know we're going to get all kinds of negative comments in the comment box. I'm expecting this because during the Blade video, so many people backlashed and said, look, Blade has to be rated R. And I'm still on the fence of, no, nothing has to be rated R. Okay, rated R doesn't make something better. A Quentin Tarantino movie has to be rated R. That's the way Quentin Tarantino writes. But Christopher Nolan proved to Dunkirk that you don't have to do a rated R war film and it'll still be great. You know, we had Hacksaw Ridge, rated R, fantastic movie. Dunkirk, PG-13. Same type of story, same type of elements, yet one was PG-13, one was rated R. Both worked for those styles of film. Deadpool, at its core, has never really been a super rated R character. Like I said, a child could walk in a comic shop, pick up a Deadpool comic, and the clerk can sell it to them. It's not like you're buying a Mortal Kombat rated M game at the store where you have to have a parent if you're not 16 or 17 years old of age in order to buy this game, or be 17 to go into a theater and see a rated R movie. It's sort of like that. Do I think Deadpool will be PG-13? I honestly don't know what they're going to do with Deadpool at this point. I think that $170 million loss due to Dark Phoenix really kind of scared Disney. And now Disney's like, look, we don't make stuff that fails. You know, apparently they didn't look at Dumbo. But I digress. And that kind of bothers them. So now Kevin Feige is going to have final say on everything that is comic book related, which is a good thing. And I think if anybody can make Deadpool work PG-13, it's going to be Kevin Feige and his team. But we're just going to have to wait and see. I want to know what you guys think. I already know the comments below. But please, guys, I just ask you, just sit back before you leave a comment. Just think about it hard. And just kind of figure, you know, hey, it doesn't have to be PG-13. It isn't 100% absolutely necessary. Will it be a much different movie? Sure. But does it really have to be? Come on, guys. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.